heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now, y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do start, let us give a brief little review. Now, in the last part, quite a number of things have happened. We had Deku, and the Hero Safety Committee. Now, Deku, he is no longer in contact with his parents, nor is he currently around them. The Hero Safety Committee, they wanted to get Deku away from his family, so they made a plan, and so far they have them out of the picture. Deku is currently almost 6 years old, and he's doing training with people to try and figure out more about his abilities. However, Deku learned recently that he absorbed the power of somebody nearby him, and so has the committee. Right now, what they just found out is that Deku's powers, if he has enough exposure, they become permanent, and that is a big thing to them. They were looking for somebody who might be able to replace Lady Nagant if she ever goes rogue, or if she eventually does die in the line of duty, or retire. But right now what they just did, they found, well, they struck gold. This is big to them. Nobody else on Earth has a quirk like this that they know of. Right now, Deku, he's one of a kind, and that makes him valuable. Now, plans are currently being made, and right now, after Deku, he met Hawks, and he even did try to learn more about this quirk he absorbed. Him and many of the other students, quote-unquote, were going through more training. Now, right now what the committee is doing is they are taking kids with powerful or unique quirks. Some that actually aren't all power, and some that actually are utilized the wrong way in society. Right now, if somebody has a quirk that isn't flashy, but is powerful, they're looking for things like that. Deku's wasn't seen as such, until he found out about more about it. Now, currently Deku, he's sitting down, and he's fumbling with a piece of paper, as he is just sitting there and thinking. Now, Deku, he's trying to get the hang of this. Him going to bring his hands away, as the piece of paper, it does crunch up into a ball, and then it does go to Durkee turn and reshape. Now, Deku, he's sitting there, and right now he's trying to use this correctly. Come on, I got it. Deku reshaping it, and right now Deku, he does shape it into a simple triangle. Deku going to bring his hand down, as it does go to plop onto his palm. And Deku, he does stare at it. The triangle, it looks okay, but the paper, well, it still looks crumpled. It's not smooth. And Deku, he does stare at that, before somebody does come walking up, asking Izuku if he's still practicing with his powers. Yes, I am. Is that bad? No, young man. However, you're missing out on training. Your free time ended 5 minutes ago. 5? But, sorry, I was just trying to master this ability. I'm still new to it. Young man, that is no excuse. Utilize your powers how you wish to in your own free time. However, you have missed training, and you are late. Now, go train and meet up with the other children. Now, they're going to stand up quickly. Him going to run past the person, as he does run in the hallway. Now, Deku does turn the hallway and think, that really isn't fair. It was only 5 minutes. Now, The person they do bend down and grab onto the triangle, them picking it up and staring at it. It's better than last time, but it still is not good. Them sitting it back down, before turning and walking away. Now, they could just get to the training room, and right now a few children, they are using their powers. And whenever Deku does show up, he does walk into the room, and many people, they do stop to stare directly at him. As right now there is a voice on an intercom that does currently say the following. Izuku Midoriya is late to training. Right now, will somebody step up and challenge him? Will somebody face off against him and use their quirk? Now, a few of the kids do look at each other. And right now, whenever no one does get to step up, the voice will get cut back in. Will two people now step up and use their quirks? Now, the kids do look around at each other. And there are actions where someone does get to step up, and another person does join in. Now, Deku does look at the two. And right now, one of the kids that were encouraged to step up on a earpiece, they do stand there. And Deku does look at them. As Deku does stare at somebody with telekinesis, an ability he can't get close to them with. Now, Deku does stare at them, as he does look towards the other kid. Now, the kid does stare directly at Deku. And right now, the kid is going to fall off the ground and fly forwards. Now, Deku, he does try to get ready. Him going to bring his hands down to the ground and cover his hands in rock. Now, currently Deku is around the age of 7 years old, and he has not seen his parents in a long time. He's been told that they are around, but they are also very busy, and he has even gotten phone calls from them. Now, Deku, he's punished. Right now the kid who's flying towards him, he is wearing a long sleeve shirt and gloves. And Deku, he can't make skin-to-skin contact. Now, after Deku is beaten around for a few minutes, there actually is where Deku, he does lay on the ground before trying to get back up. And right now, after somebody does come walking up to him, Deku does get a turn and stare directly at them. Them going to directly bring their hand down and grab onto Deku. Deku actually grabbing onto their arm and then getting back onto his feet. And the person actually going to pull away as Deku, he got on his feet. Ow. Sorry. It's okay. I'll be fine. Your nose is bleeding. Now, the kids do also stand there. And one does comment that Izuku's powers aren't all that good, since they are limited. Now, the girl does get a turn, telling them that his powers are better than theirs. Now, the kids do all stare directly at the girl, and right now they do go to talk about how she's not one to talk. Her powers, they're crappy, and they have their own limits. Now, the girl is going to take a turn, staring at them, asks them if they really do believe that. And the children, they don't say anything. As right now Deku does look towards the girl, asking what's wrong. No, the kids do stare at Deku, and they don't say anything either. Are they scared of her? Now, Deku, he does go back to training. And right now, after training is over, Deku, he does get a medical checkup. He seems to be okay. But right now, there is still going to be bruising. And that will be an issue. Now, somebody does walk into the room. And currently Deku does look up to see someone he's not familiar with. Hi. Deku's staying on his feet. And bring his hands down to his side. And the person, they do tell Deku to not do that. Aren't you? I'm not involved in your training. Okay? But what are you here for? That's complicated. Her bring her hand down and telling Deku. Right now she's been told she should come here and meet him. And Deku, he does stare at the woman. Her hair is long, and she looks pretty. Deku brings his hand down, or hand up, I should say, and shaking her hand. And Lady Nagant, she actually just watched Deku. As Deku, the gears in his mind try to process what's going on. Now, Deku, he does stand there after he does pull his hand back. And right now, he does feel something strange in his arm. It's weird. Now, Lady Nagant, she would go to inform him. Right now, she's been told that she should teach him what to do. And that right now, he is somebody she has to let tag along. Now, Deku, he's confused. And right now, she actually is going to tell him. Right now, what he's going to be doing is accompanying her on a mission, since they do want him to have field experience. Now, Deku is alarmed, and right now, after he actually is, well, on his feet, Nagant is trying to explain to him what's going to be happening. Right now, she's going to teach him how to use that rifle. She's going to teach him how to use that weapon that he just gave her. Now, the two would walk out of the room, and right now they do go over to a long-range area where Nagant does show off the ability. And Deku does watch, as their actors with Nagant does bring her hand up, and a hole is open in her palm. Her going to grab a piece of her hair off, twirl it, and pull. Now, she does put it into her hand, and she does tell Deku about what this is all doing. Before Deku, he actually does go to watch her, point, and fire. The bullet flying through the air and smashing into the target. And Nagant is going to tell him. It's as simple as that. Now, Deku, he does give this a shot. No pun intended. And after 2 or 3 tries, Nagant is trying to correct his form again. Talking about how Deku, he's trying to accommodate for the recoil. However, you can't do that. You're just trying to fire a single shot. You're not trying to fire in rapid succession of the other one. And right now, Deku, he does try to focus. And Nagant has watched Deku actually hit the target this time. Now, Nagant, she is impressed. But at the same time, she's also a bit worried. This is just a kid. And right now, he's about to accompany her on a operation. I mean, granted it's only taking down one guy, but is he ready for this? I mean, passing the torch on to him, letting him be the one who makes sure everything stays okay? Yeah, that might be dangerous. And many problems can arise from this. Now, Deku, he actually has looked towards Lady Nagant. And she actually is going to look towards him before looking down at her hand. And she actually is going to somewhat have it, well, twitch, as she has to tell Deku about what to do. Now, the two are going to leave. They get some gear packed up. And Deku and her, they currently do sit on a rooftop, as she actually is waiting. She has yet to get any information from their contact. The heroes should be coming around soon. When it does happen, they'll make it look easy. They'll make it look simple. And Deku, he's told about everything. She does currently sit there and tell him about what it's like to be a hero in this line of work. She understands that Deku, he's been tutored in a way. And the safety committee, they actually are trying to make sure he's tough. I mean, granted he's losing his childhood, but he has to be ready for this type of work. That being what she does tell herself. Right now he needs to know what to do and how to handle it. Now, Deku does currently sit there and look down, as he comments on how tall the building really is, to which she would go to someone to tell him. It's like that sometimes. Sometimes they'll be on a building, they'll be high up or they'll be low on the ground. And right now, her going to stand up and point. She wants him to focus over there. Her holding out her hand and telling Deku to copy her ability again. Now, Deku does going to do so, and Lady Nagant is trying to walk Deku through everything. As he currently does look down the sight or the scope, he does look at the building, asking her what he's looking for. And right after she does go to bring her arm up, she does aim as well, talking about what she wants him to look for. And Deku, he does eventually find it, after Nagant has pointed out. The building right there, where there's a light on. Currently there is a pro hero who's involved with some very bad people sitting in that room. Right now, they need to take him out. But why not just call the police? That's not easy to do. Why? Because, kid, the police, some of the police are involved in this. And the ones who aren't, they can't arrest him. He's a hero. His agency is small, but he's still popular locally. And right now, taking him down like this is the best option. Nagant pointing and telling Deku quite simply, right now, he needs to understand. This, her pointing towards the ground, this all exists because they keep it in order. It all exists because they make sure the real heroes, they do their job. The ones who don't, they need to be monitored. And sometimes they need to be taken out before they can hurt more people. Because these type of people, those type of people, they will get away with it. Now, with that Lady Nagant, she would have fire it. And Deku expected a loud boom. But it wasn't that. The sound was quieter. And right now Deku does look down the barrel of his own scope. And he does watch. He watches as the bullet flies through, smashing the window. And when the hero went to go directly jump and try and get out of his chair, it was already too late. The hero had the bullet smash into the back of his spine. And right now, he went to go fall forwards onto his desk. The bullet smashed into his computer and directly into a wall somewhere else. Now, Deku, he does stare. He does stare down his scope. And right now, Nagant is going to turn and grab onto the rifle, her lowering it and bring her left hand directly up onto Deku's shoulder, telling him very simply the following words. Right now, he does need to understand. What they do protects more people than he could ever realize. Right now, they take care of heroes who go too far and abuse their power. Sometimes being a hero isn't about saving other people. It's about making sure the type of people who go against the heroes, they are taken down. The heroes are trusted. Some people abuse that trust. Now, Nagant is going to leave. And Deku, he does still stare towards that window. Out in the distance, so far away, a man lost his life. And that's hard to think about. Now, Deku's quiet on the way back. And there actually is where he's sitting down in his bunk. He's scared. I mean, he's actually scared. Him with his hands up, manipulating the piece of paper. And right now it does crunch up into a ball, before Deku does so and go to flatten it back out. Him reshaping it into the shape of a bullet. And right now Deku, he does stare down at it. He saw a guy die. He wants to go back home. He wants to see his mom. He wants to talk to her. He wants his dad. He's scared. Now, Deku, he does have those thoughts go through his mind. And right now, after he does go to turn and throw the paper with his power, the bullet Deku created does go shooting off into a wall. It smashing into the wooden part of the wall and going straight through and up to the other side, as Deku blasted directly into an edge. Now, somebody heard the loud sound, and now they do go to walk down the hallway and into this room. Them going through the hallway and turning. Seeing that Deku, he's sitting down in a long row of bunks. Now, Deku does sit there with his back turned, and he's actually sobbing. When the person who come to walk over, as Deku does go to turn his head. What do you want? You okay? No. I want to go home. I miss my parents. I know. I do too. Um, thank you. Thank you for earlier. It's no problem. Your powers are good, but people, they're jealous. I wish I had your power. Really? I do. The girl's sitting down, and right now she has Godoki turn directly towards Deku, telling him, is he okay? Does he want to go to sleep? She could use her quirk to knock him out. And Deku does look towards her. And he does stare at this purple-haired girl. I'm not sure. Now, Deku, he does stare at her, his eyes going blank, as he's just been brainwashed. Now, the girl would tell Deku, right now a lot is going through his mind. He needs to sleep. Lay down. Now, Deku would go to do so. And right now, he does lay his face to the pillow. And right now, the side of his face, it's still wet. However, Deku does lay there and think, as eventually he would fall asleep when the brainwashing would go away, about everything that has happened. Now, there actually is the next morning, where currently somebody, they do pick up a phone, and right now, they do actually make a phone call. Now, they do talk about how the mission with Izuku went well. Lina Gaunt had her encounter. She showed the boy exactly what they do. And Deku, his reaction, it was how they expected. And right now, they do want to take some precautions. They need to make sure Deku is mentally ready, mentally fortified. So they need to do one more thing. Whenever Deku, he is ready for it, they will perform mental test. See exactly if they can fortify his crumbling mind. His mental state was shattered, and right now they'll rebuild it from scratch. That is exactly what they want. Somebody who they can forge and combat. They won't be the same person. They won't be crumbling whenever shit hits the fan. They'll stand strong and tall, and they'll be ready. Now, with that being said, I do hope you guys enjoyed. And to have an amazing day, I'll catch you guys in the next part.